Greetings, Redheads. Thank you for joining me in another episode of your favorite show, Red's View. I'm your gracious host, Jay Red, and I'm gonna do this video because it's too hot of a topic right now to not actually talk about this. And me and DJ PM will be discussing this a little further. I may even have another guest on here later this week to discuss this, but I gotta get this out to get my thoughts and opinions out about it now. So, Lil Nas X, the controversial rapper, singer, whatever he goes by these days, Lil Nas X released a controversial video and some controversial shoes, right? Lil Nas X released Montero, Call Me By Your Name. And this video it was released this past weekend, and it's been taking the world by storm. It's been crazy. And let's just dig into it. I'm gonna give my honest opinions and thoughts about this. Before I begin, make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And we're doing a channel name change, but subscribe to the channel right now. You hit that, see the subscribe button. But anyway, so yeah, man, Lil Nas X releases this satanic, demonic video to his latest single. I don't know if this is going to be on his album or whatever it is, but pretty much, I want you to watch this video in full so you can hear my full feedback on this, because some people are gonna be mad. Certain people are gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm not saying what you want to hear. If I'm saying I didn't like it, you're automatically gonna just hit the thumbs down and get mad and say that I'm homophobic or whatever the case is, which is not gonna work because I'm not doing it from that light. So sit down and watch it all the way before you do all that. All right, so let's state the obvious. He's trolling the Christian community by promoting Satanism. That's exactly what it is. Now, I want to applaud him for him and his team coming up with this, because it's getting the job done. You see, I'm making a video about it. You see, everybody's talking about it. So if you were trying to piss people off, if you were trying to gain a lot of attention, then you did your job, right? But there's a lot of negative backlash, more negative backlash than positive. The main people I see that are defending it, it's not just gay people. It's people who, appreciate the art, appreciate the artistic vision that he had behind it, and all that other stuff. But he is trolling the Christian community. If you haven't seen it, basically it's a video of him starting off in heaven, and he's looking very flamboyant. He's dressed like women, and it's different characters of him like in heaven, and he's like a prisoner. But then he releases himself. He goes down to hell and gets on a pole. He grabs the pole, and his outfit turns into him with long braids, shirt off, long boots, Daisy Duke shorts, and he's just down the stripper pole. He got look like he got lip gloss on. And then he goes all the way down to where he looks more flamboyant, more gayer, I guess you could say. And then he starts twerking on Satan. Lucifer is right there, and he's whispering in his ear, licking his tongue out, and basically stripping on him. And then at the end, he takes the horns off and says he's the king of hell or whatever, right? So, I mean, let's talk about the video itself. The video itself, if you're talking about creative-wise and the budget, it's a nice video if you're looking at it from that aspect of it, but it has negative connotations to it, and that's what we're going to talk about. My biggest issue with it is the image of the black man, and I just feel like it's not Lil Nas X more so that's doing this. I feel like it's powers that be behind the scenes. They helped him come up with that, because I just don't feel like it's necessary. I think Lil Nas X is a talented artist. Old Town Road was #1 for so many weeks, and it actually broke records for being like the longest #1 single of all time. So shout out to him for that. But he had that Panini. I like that song, and I think that he's talented, but I just think that he's going too far with promoting his sexuality. There's not necessarily anything wrong with you wanting to promote yourself as a gay person, but it's like, you're gonna troll the Christian community. It's a lot of religious people out there, and how they feel about certain situations and certain, and he says that the reason he did that is because he grew up with people condemning him, saying where he'll end up, going to hell. So I get the concept of I'm in heaven and I'm going to hell being the gayest that I can be, you know. So that's what he came up with. But I just don't like the fact that we always, when they want to promote stuff like that, it's always a black face behind it. There are plenty of other gay artists that are out there. Like if you look at Elton John never did anything like that. You know, he just was a talented musical artist who happened to be gay. I'm not a fan really of people just, you know, having to tell what they are, coming out the closet or whatever. Even if you're a straight person, like you don't have to over promote yourself sexually and all that other stuff. But then again, if you say that, then they'll say, okay, you're shaming or you're a misogynist or whatever the case is like that, because you can't be critical of a WAP when someone's talking about wet ass pussy. You know. So anyway, let's continue to go into it. So to play devil's advocate with Lil Nas X, this isn't the first time of us seeing something that's demonic. Okay, Halloween is demonic. Nas, the rapper Nas, actually, it wasn't demonic, but in Hate Me Now, he Puffy and him, well, not Puffy and Nas, but Puffy and Steve Stout actually got into it from the Hate Me Now video. If y'all remember, he was carrying the cross and he was hanging up like he was Jesus. That was pretty far, you know. I ain't gonna say it was demonic, but that was pretty far. Rihanna, Jay-Z, Beyonce, they've had demonic tones. If you look at On to the Next One with the horns and shit, like this isn't the first time we've seen something demonic. So people are tripping off of it of only being demonic. I can play devil's advocate and say that we've had other videos and other holidays, and even if you look at the Thriller video from Michael Jackson, that can be seen as demonic. People felt a certain type of way back then. So for all my people who are gonna say, well, this, you know, we let this get past, this gets past all that. Sorry, like I understand it, but let's not take that attention away. We're talking about this video, this particular video, because we've got to a point to where now, when stuff comes out that people are uncomfortable with, or something that's, you know, having a lot of controversy, we start pointing fingers at other things that are, you know, of deflection. You know, like when WAP came out. Well, Kaya made My Neck My Back. Well, Uncle Luke made this. Uncle Luke made. We get it. It's other people that have done it too, but that doesn't mean that it was right or whatever the case was, right? But we're so quick to deflect and point fingers. But let's stay focused on this particular video. So, like I said, concept-wise, I get it, but I didn't like it. I'm not one of these super religious people either, but I feel like there's other ways that if you want to promote yourself with, you know, with your sexuality or whatever the case is, I feel like it's other ways to do that. Now, I have no heaven or hell to actually put you in, and I'm sorry that you went through that growing up, but that's not everybody else's fault. And you should address the people that actually did that to you and not the masses. Because I didn't know you growing up, Lil Nas X. My mama didn't know you. People I went to church with didn't know you. Churches worldwide didn't know you. So you're lashing it out on them. If that's your reason behind doing this, then I feel like it's a lame ass excuse to me. You know, it was out of line, and to play, it's promoting Satanism. And that's the difference between what those other videos that I brought up talked about. I mean, technically they were too, but it's like, this is blatant. This is a blatant video. You going down to hell, you know? And let's take out the video. Let's take out the video and let's take away the sexuality, all this stuff. The shoes, he released these shoes, or is releasing these shoes. I forgot what they're actually called, but it looked like they're like some Nike Air Max. And he's gonna have like 1,000, I think it's 1,000 copies, and I believe they're $1,000 a piece. But on the shoes, they have upside down crosses, 666. It's the devil's shoe. I think that's what it's called. And Nike is so bad, Nike had to come out and say, look, this ain't got nothing to do with us. I think that they bought a pair of those shoes and redesigned them, which people actually do. But there's no way that you can say, like if you defend this, you're defending Satanism. You're defending the devil. Now, I told you, I'm not really into heavy religion and all that other stuff. I believe I'm more of a spiritual person, but I believe that the devil, Satan, Lucifer, all has negative content behind it, or you know, you make whatever heaven or hell that you want it to be. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it has a negative connotation to it. So you're playing off of that, you're trolling, and you can't defend that. How can you, as, I don't care if you're a gay person, if you're creative. I saw Big Sean gave him a shout out for being, you know, artistic and whatever like that. But come on, man, like I feel like there's other ways to do it. You shouldn't have to troll a particular religious community in order to do it, because that's what it is. Did you know Lil Nas X actually had a troll account before he actually became Lil Nas X and Old Town Road blew up? I think it was like a Nicki Minaj page or something like that where he used to troll people. That's why he's the king of actually trolling. But there's other ways you can do it, man. Like make some good music that you like you've been making. It was just interesting to me that Old Town Road blew up and broke all these records, and then right after that he had to come out and reveal he was gay, which some people thought it was shocking, and then some people thought, okay, whatever. But it feels like ever since then he's only been trolling, like taking like crazy pictures of himself dressed up like a woman, like all this stuff. And it feels like the controversy is taking over his music. You know what I'm saying? His talent. And I feel like once you start doing that, either A, you're not making good music anymore, or B, you got somebody behind you helping to push the agenda. And I feel like there is an agenda, which goes to my next point. You can't say that that children aren't affected by this, because you could say that with WAP and, you know, all those other songs and, you know, different things like that. But with this, Old Town Road was performed at elementary schools. Old Town Road, all kids knew that. I believe this even a Lil Kids Bop song to it. Old Town Road had a book. He made a children's book for Old Town Road. So a lot of his followers are children. So if I'm following Lil Nas X and I'm a 7, 8-year-old and I see this video, because he made it available for everybody. Like, obviously a parent wouldn't think too much of it because Old Town Road was catchy. Everybody, it was radio friendly, family friendly. We were actually defending Lil Nas X because the country, like the Billboard country category, didn't want to categorize that as a country song. And I was right behind him. I'm like, hell yeah, black people make country music anyway. We actually made all music, if you want to go that far. But come on, man. But you can't sit here and say, oh, okay, well, this isn't, if it's promoted to children, you shouldn't let your children watch this. How the hell would a parent actually know if I'm okay with letting my kid follow Lil Nas X, and then I see this, I'm, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't say that it's not, because he actually markets to children. So marketing Satanism to children is a no-no. You shouldn't do that. Now, playing devil's advocate again, if you look at The Undertaker, how many of y'all know who The Undertaker is? One of my favorite wrestlers. Now, he has some demonic tones in his stuff too, but I think the difference between him and this Lil Nas X situation is that this is blatantly demonic, blatantly saying heaven and hell, blatantly having shoes that have 666 upside down crosses, all that other stuff is playing into it, and it's trolling the Christian community. And people, if you're coming up, people are still gonna find a way to defend it. It's like, this shouldn't even be defended. This is getting more negative press than positive. I don't see anything that's positive about this situation. Like, the video is just, it's like I said, concept wise, I get it, but I think that you can, what is your goal? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to just simply make good music, or are you trying to piss people off? Because people have been responding to this in a negative way. And it's crazy that as society and just how the world is today, the most craziest shit, demonic shit can come out and you'll still have people defend it. You know, like I said, I criticized WAP. I just felt like at the time it shouldn't have came out when we were fighting, you know, George Floyd had just got killed and we were marching and protesting and stuff, and then Wet Ass Pussy comes out and you just like, what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So, and then the Grammy performance, I just thought that was too much because it was on a national TV program and children watch that, families watch that. But you still have people trying to defend it. They should be able to pop their pussies on stage if they want to. They should be able to grind their pussies on stage if they want to. They should be able to, it's like we're just letting, when does it stop? Do we have no control over or say so over what's proper and what's not. Because there's no way you could look at this with Megan and Cardi. You could say, okay, try to get your kids not to watch it, or don't have your children listen to that. But with this is Lil Nas X. He's only, what, is he even 20? I don't even think he's 21, but he appeals to children. So how? And I'm asking people of the gay community who support it, because I know some people may not. I don't think it just has to even do with just being gay, but it's just like the satanism for me. That's what it is. It's the satanism, the whole concept. You know what I'm saying? There's been I think as a gay artist, you can do whatever you want. And if somebody doesn't like it, it is what it is. We have gay people in this world. The LGBT community is here. So that's perfectly fine. But I feel like when you try to, it feels like it's forced to show y'all, hey, yeah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, like with Christianity. And not even just that, but other religious, groups too. Like just going against it. Like I think it's crazy. And then I'm just more frustrated that it has to be a black face behind it. It's like the image of the black woman now is over sexualized, and then the image of the black man now is this stuff right here. So it's gonna be people who disagree with me, who don't like what I have to say about it, who are gonna try to find a way to defend it. But just say that you're defending satanism at this point, whether you believe in the devil or not or whatever. I feel like this video was just too much. But let me know in the comments how you feel about this. Dislikes, it doesn't matter. But let me know how you feel. Again, this is J Red. Please subscribe to the official YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, dislike button if you don't like it. It's all good. But yeah, we got to 1,000 subscribers and we're still climbing. So keep tuning in. We got some more interviews coming up, special interview on the way. This is J Red, Red's View.